So hello and welcome to today's massive Bully 2 news video. Now before I begin, I need to give a massive shout out to Reddit user Fika122 for providing me with all this information. Now sit back and get comfy as we have a lot of info to go over. So on Reddit, Fika provided me an unedited screen cap of a conversation they had with an ex-Rockstar Games employee named Josh. I apologise if I pronounced that wrong. This unedited screen cap had his name, Twitter handle and all that. I'll get onto if he's genuine in a moment. Anyway, Fika asked the following. Hi Josh. Did you work on Bully 2 during your time at Rockstar New England, or do you have any more information about it? To which the employee responded, since Rockstar has never officially acknowledged Bully 2, I definitely can't say one way or another. I definitely can't say I worked on it for several months before I got laid off when the project was cancelled, nor could I talk about the features such as pranks or the climbing system I definitely wasn't working on. So Fika asked him about the pranks, to which Josh replied, I said I wasn't working on them. Definitely not adding a tripwire prank, aka the early rope physics from Red Dead Redemption, nor did I add the ability to do a running dive into a garbage can to hide from someone chasing you or putting your back to a tree to shimmy around it to stay out of sight. Now please don't assume the entire game is cancelled, I'll get into why in a minute. So the employee Josh, is he the real deal or is he just another faker trying to make it big? Well, I can say with absolute confidence that this is a genuine ex-Rockstar employee. I looked up his Twitter, which was featured in the screen cap sent to me. His Twitter bio mentioned he works in the game design industry. Checked his LinkedIn profile, same face, same name, along with the same history at Rockstar popping up. Even his portfolio has the Rockstar game stuff alongside mentioning his work on Bully 1. Now Josh says the project is still completely unannounced and he's not actually sure if it's been cancelled or not. And understandably, he has no idea as he's no longer employed at Rockstar. So, onto his comments about Bully 2. So Fika asked him about the leaked concept artworks which came about in 2017, and Josh confirmed they are genuine. All of them were. But they're not from 2017. Apparently they're from before Rockstar even announced Grand Theft Auto 5. It's worth mentioning though, that the guy who leaked the Bully 2 artworks leaked them from Rockstar New England, the same branch of Rockstar that Josh worked at. But why is Josh being so forthcoming with this information? Surely he must be under like some NDA of sorts. Well, he probably was, but truth be told, he seems to absolutely fucking hate Rockstar games. Shortly before the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, Josh made a bit of a lengthy rant about Rockstar as a whole. Even using the absolutely scolding lines of Red Dead will sell 1 billion copies, it will win Game of the Year from a dozen outlets, and Rockstar will continue transforming their promising game devs into burnt out husks of their former selves who subsist on nothing more than the Kool-Aid they're being force fed. And this actually isn't uncommon for laid off employees, or well, let's be realistic, any employee to detest the company they're working for. Now actually, this does remind me. Anybody here who plays Call of Duty Black Ops 4, you might remember a very similar story where a fired QA tester who called himself Call of Nobody Cares posted on Reddit about how he was treated at Activision and even spoiled nearly everything about the first DLC for Black Ops 4 Zombies, including the name, the setting and parts of the Easter egg. So for Josh to go out of his way and spoil this in a very similar fashion to that Call of Nobody Cares guy definitely strikes me as legit. Okay, granted, him just spoiling a couple of features of Bully 2 and yeah, I know that isn't exactly the same as spoiling an entire portion of say a story, but yeah. Anyway, Josh also stated that his team were working on minigames for the sequel, but he never gave any information to what minigames were created. Now Josh said the project was around in 2009 before he left Rockstar, and I have good faith to believe he's telling the truth, simply because of Sean Lee and numerous other Rockstar New England employees' resume. Now in 2009, Sean Lee confirmed he was working on a sequel to Bully at the time. That goes all the way back as November 9th 2009 when Sean Lee, the guy who worked on Bully's soundtrack, was interviewed by an Irish gaming website, The Gaming Liberty, who have since been shut down. In this interview, TGL asked Sean, so you've worked on 2 games, The Getaway and Bully, would you be open to composing soundtracks for other games in the future? To which Sean replied, yes, it looks like I'll be doing the soundtrack for Bully 2 in the not so distant future. That was probably the only other confirmation we've had, and since 2 employees, who were both at Rockstar at the same time, said the same thing. A Bully sequel was in the works at that time, with Sean obviously working on the soundtrack and Josh and his team working on the minigames. I guess you could also say some of the features, like the pranks and that, but he did also say the minigames. Now, other Rockstar New England employees who were at the company around the same time as Josh actually do have similar projects on their resumes. They don't flat out say Bully 2, but they all say the same thing, unannounced projects. For example, a concept artist at Rockstar who was there from January 2009 until 2011 said they worked on concepts for characters and props such as Max Payne 3, LA Noire, Agent, and unannounced projects. Another employee who worked as a graphics engineer, he was there from 2010 until 2014, and in 2013 he said that he was working on the next version of a famous IP. But weirdly, he removed that part from his resume. And before you think that could be Red Dead Redemption 2, he never added it back, even though Red Dead Redemption 2 is out now. So that could possibly be Bully 2, or maybe it was Red Dead 2 but he just couldn't be asked to add it back. Can't say, because we don't know. But what can we gather from this information? Well, I can definitely deduce the following, and please note this is my theory and not 100% fact, but Bully's then next gen releases were handled by Mad Dog Software. You know, the ones who ported it from PlayStation 2 to the Xbox 360 and PC. They were bought out by Rockstar Games and they were rebranded into Rockstar New England. Bully's franchise was then seemingly handed over to New England from Rockstar Vancouver, as Rockstar New England obviously handled all the ports for Scholarship Edition, even when they were still like Mad Dog. Now, going off what Josh says, Bully 2 was in development after the release of Scholarship Edition. This could be around 2008-2009. Now, Rockstar New England never did work on Bully 2, but instead they focused their attention on Max Payne 3. Now, going off all the evidence that I've seen, such as the leaked concept artworks, Josh confirming some of the stuff, and of course Sean Lee's confirmation he was working on the soundtrack, this could mean that the game was, I wouldn't say nearly finished because, you know, it's definitely not, but it definitely seems like the game was worked on quite a bit, possibly a hell of a lot more, like there are probably character models out there that have been made. But the game was quietly cancelled, possibly around 2010, 2009ish, reasons unknown, possibly due to the scale of Grand Theft Auto 5 needing all the studios to work on it. Well, Josh never said why, because he left Rockstar. But he did confirm one thing: it wasn't Max Payne, it wasn't Grand Theft Auto 5 or Agent, and it definitely was not the first Red Dead that began development in 2005. I don't mean, you know, Red Dead Revolver, I mean Redemption. And at the time, Grand Theft Auto 4 and its DLCs were already out. Now, the guy who did leak the Bully 2 artworks did say in 2017, guess you could say early 2018 because this was December, but he said the last he heard about Bully 2 was that Rockstar New England were working on the sequel, but to my knowledge, he hasn't said anything about it since. Either way, because of Josh's very consistent comments that do line up with Bully 2 Info's artwork leaks, and Sean Lee's soundtrack comments, I strongly believe that Bully 2 was in development 10 years ago, but cancelled for unknown reasons. And obviously I cannot say if Bully 2 is coming next or not, but given Sean's soundtrack work, Josh's minigames and the concept artworks resurfacing, I really hope Rockstar are revisiting the project. Seriously, it definitely sounds like there's already a load of plans and work already done on the franchise as a whole. So that's all the information I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Bully content than that. And once again, massive shout out to Fika122 for sending me this stuff. Thank you for watching, I hope you all have a great day.